The upscale Manhattan restaurant was buzzing with soft chatter, clinking glasses, and the faint aroma of roasted coffee and fresh pastries. Olivia, a 30-year-old career woman, sat at a corner table, fidgeting with her napkin as she waited for a blind date arranged through mutual friends. She had imagined meeting a serious, wealthy businessman, someone formal, polished, and perhaps intimidating. What she didn't expect was the tiny trio of children approaching her table. Three little faces, all about 5 years old, smiled nervously, each holding a small hand. Their matching outfits made them look like they had stepped out of a magazine photo shoot. One of the triplets spoke up first, his voice soft but confident. "Dad's sick, so we came instead," he said. Olivia blinked in surprise, unsure what to say. She glanced behind them and caught sight of Ethan Montgomery, the 38-year-old billionaire CEO, entering the restaurant. His expression softened the moment he saw the children. Instead of irritation at their unexpected appearance, his face reflected warmth and affection. The staff whispered in awe, unsure how this powerful man would handle what could have been a chaotic situation. Olivia felt a mix of curiosity and hesitation. Ethan knelt to greet his children one by one. He ruffled their hair gently, smiled, and reassured them in a calm, playful tone. The children relaxed immediately, giggling as he asked small questions about their day. Olivia watched in astonishment. This billionaire CEO, whom she had expected to be cold or distant, was completely transformed by his children's presence. The atmosphere in the restaurant shifted. Patrons and waitstaff exchanged glances, impressed by his patience and grace. Olivia realized she was witnessing something rare, a man equally skilled at business and nurturing his children with love. Once the introductions were made, Ethan guided the children to sit around Olivia's table. They tugged her hands, asked endless questions, and made playful comments. Olivia laughed freely, a sound she hadn't realized had been missing for weeks. The triplets, full of energy and charm, created an immediate bond with her. Ethan watched quietly, assessing how she interacted with his kids. Olivia noticed the care with which he balanced attention between the children and conversation with her. It was clear that his priorities were set firmly on family, even in a public and professional environment. By dessert, any lingering awkwardness had disappeared entirely. Olivia found herself enchanted by the genuine warmth and playfulness she saw in Ethan, and the children's innocence made the evening feel unexpectedly personal. What began as a blind date, an arrangement meant to introduce her to a wealthy stranger, had evolved into something profoundly human. The CEO, far from the image of a rigid, untouchable magnate, had revealed his heart through his interactions with his children. Olivia realized that meeting him meant meeting the entire world he cherished. His family, his warmth, and his authenticity, all wrapped in an unforgettable evening. After dessert, Ethan suggested a short walk in the nearby park. The triplets grabbed Olivia's hands, leading the way as they skipped and laughed, their energy contagious. Olivia couldn't help but smile, feeling at ease in a way she hadn't expected. Ethan walked beside her, carrying the youngest in his arms and keeping an eye on the other two. The contrast between his high-powered business persona and the warm, playful father she saw now fascinated her. This was a side of him no boardroom meeting or financial report could ever reveal, and Olivia felt honored to witness it. During the walk, the children's curiosity knew no bounds. They asked Olivia questions about her life, favorite books, and what she liked to eat. Ethan responded patiently, guiding the children when necessary but never interrupting their excitement. Olivia felt her anxiety melting away as she spoke openly about her work, her life in Manhattan, and her hopes for the future. Ethan listened intently, responding with thoughtful observations and subtle humor. The dynamic between the children, Olivia, and Ethan created a natural rhythm, a sense of family forming spontaneously in the cool evening air, filled with laughter and light-hearted banter. At one point, Ethan paused to lift his daughter onto his shoulders, spinning her around while the boys cheered. Olivia laughed so hard she had to catch her breath. Ethan glanced at her and smiled, noticing her ease and joy. For the first time that evening, Olivia realized she wasn't just interacting with a stranger. She was forming a connection with a father who deeply loved his children and valued the people in his life. Ethan's dedication and warmth made her see beyond wealth and status, revealing a character built on patience, kindness, and authenticity. As the evening drew to a close, they returned to the restaurant where they had started. Ethan helped the triplets into their chairs at the table while Olivia followed, feeling fully included rather than an outsider. He turned to her, smiling softly. "Tonight wasn't what I expected," he said, "but it was perfect." Olivia nodded, understanding exactly what he meant. The triplets had stolen the show with their innocence and charm, but they had also revealed the heart of their father, someone who could balance the weight of business with the joys and responsibilities of family life. Later that week, Ethan invited Olivia for another dinner, promising it would be just the two of them this time. The triplets insisted on attending briefly to greet her, and Olivia accepted gladly, realizing that she was no longer intimidated by the children or the situation. What had begun as a potentially awkward blind date had blossomed into something meaningful and genuine. Olivia understood that true connection often comes unexpectedly, through laughter, shared experiences, and witnessing the heart of a person in the way they love and protect the ones who matter most. In the weeks that followed, Olivia, Ethan, and the triplets continued to meet regularly. Each meeting became a ritual of laughter, play, and conversation. Ethan balanced his demanding CEO responsibilities with time for the children and Olivia, demonstrating patience and dedication that impressed her deeply. They explored the city together, visited museums, and enjoyed quiet afternoons in the park. Olivia noticed how seamlessly the children adapted to her presence, and she began to feel like part of their little family. The bond forming between them was natural and comforting, revealing that trust and connection often develop in unexpected ways. Ethan's parenting skills were remarkable. He encouraged the triplets to ask questions, express themselves, and engage with Olivia respectfully. Meanwhile, Olivia shared stories from her own life, offering guidance and humor. Ethan listened attentively, validating her perspective and appreciating her influence on the children. The trips to the park, library, and even simple walks around the neighborhood became teaching moments filled with empathy, patience, and fun. Olivia found herself learning from Ethan as much as she contributed, discovering a man who combined intelligence, responsibility, and heart in a way few others could. One afternoon, Ethan invited Olivia to his apartment to help the children prepare a small surprise for her birthday. The triplets were excited, giggling as they decorated cupcakes with frosting and sprinkles, while Olivia helped arrange the table. Ethan moved quietly in the background, assisting when needed, watching with a soft smile as Olivia interacted effortlessly with his children. The atmosphere was warm and lively, filled with joy, laughter, and a sense of belonging. Olivia realized that her life had subtly shifted. What started as a blind date had blossomed into connection, friendship, and a sense of family she hadn't expected. As months passed, Olivia and Ethan grew closer, their bond strengthened by shared experiences and trust. Ethan was not only a responsible CEO, but also a devoted father who made family his priority. Olivia's admiration and affection for him deepened as she witnessed his daily commitment to his children and his patience with life's unpredictable moments. The triplets, now comfortable and happy around her, reinforced the feeling that Olivia was becoming an integral part of their lives. What began as a blind date had evolved into mutual respect, understanding, and a foundation for something more meaningful. By the time the following winter arrived, Ethan, Olivia, and the triplets had established a rhythm of life together that felt natural and complete. They celebrated holidays, birthdays, and small everyday moments, discovering joy in simple interactions and shared love. Olivia had found not only a romantic connection, but also a place where she felt valued, included, and appreciated by the children she had grown to love. Ethan's openness and warmth had created a space for her to flourish alongside his family. The blind date that began with hesitation and surprise had become a journey of trust, love, and belonging that would shape all their lives for the better.